Hey guys, how we doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's having a fantastic, wonderful, terrific day. So, guys, what I want you to do is this. I'm doing these office hours for you guys so that you can ask any questions that you might like to, ask me about your real estate career, about the real estate exam. So, I'm taking a little bit of time out of each and every week to just kind of do this for you guys. And you could type in the chat in either Facebook or YouTube, and it'll come up right on the screen, and I'll be able to see it, and I'll be able to answer any questions that you might have. Hello, hello there, everybody. So, first thing that I want to tell you guys is, take the time with your friends and family this year to, take some breaks from studying. I'm always a big advocate of not studying, when you feel like it's overwhelming to you. So, oh my gosh. So, listen, I know you sent me a couple messages today. I've been super swamped. So, congrats on passing the exam, and so happy that you passed the exam with our help. And that's what we're here for. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do, to help you get through the exam. And keep in mind, we do have that playlist for all of the trainings that we do after you pass your exam. So make sure that you're going to those new videos, and you're checking out some of the great content that we're putting out there. So we just did one the other day on Canva, how to use that to create marketing material. Then we also put out a video on negotiations. And we're going to be having special guests come in throughout the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months. So keep that in mind, and make sure that you're definitely checking in with us so that we could help you out and give us suggestions as to what you would like to see for that post-exam content, okay? So Jennifer said, I take my test Tuesday, second time, passed the state but failed the national. Oh my gosh, I know what that's like. So many of our students have trouble getting through that national exam. That is that's the killer when you have them separated and all that kind of stuff. It's really, 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 that's the killer part of the test, is really the national portion, for those of you who have it separated out. So a lot of people usually do well with the state portion, but then have problems with the national. So, it's something that you really do have to stick with it. You have to make sure that you're, staying on top of the stuff that you don't know, and don't overstudy. Too many of my students come in there and they're studying 3, 5, 8 hours a day. Like, there's some people that make this a full-time thing, and I get that you want to pass the exam, but I'm going to tell you this: doing that and overstudying not going to help you, because you're putting way too much information, or making the attempt to put way too much information into your head. So, like I said, I'll take any questions you have, whether you have a question on post-exam career. We did a video the other day on which brokerages you should go with, or how to find a broker, how to find the right broker for you. So that was something that we did the other day. And I'd be more than happy to do things like that in the future. But again, I think that the most important thing, like the message I really want to drive home with you guys today, is do not overstudy. Take this time out to spend time with your friends, family, loved ones. It's been a crazy year, and what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're definitely taking that time out to not bury your head in the book, okay? And Jennifer said, that's me, studying hours upon hours. I've got this, though, thanks to you. I love it. And here's the thing. That's the other thing, too, is, I love the confidence. I love when I see students that are really doing well with the content. They're doing well, and they're, really trying to get through the material in regards to studying. And here's the thing. You have the best of intentions when you're doing the studying upon hours. But like I said, I want you to pull back a little bit from that and not overdo it. That's really, I think, the hardest thing for some people, because they think that more is better, and it isn't. It's really not. You tend to overstudy, you tend to overcomplicate things, and you start coming to the table with more information than you need. You need a simple, concise definition of what things are, okay? If you have a simple, concise definition of what things are, you're going to help yourself pass that exam. So Jack said, I'm getting my license in 2 states, so I just need to take the national section once. So what I would do is I would check with the states that you are getting the license in, and check the rules, regulations, and any kind of reciprocity that they have, because you may just need to take the state portion of the exam. That really depends on the state in which one you're attempting to go for and which one you're going to get first, that kind of thing. So I would check with both states and see what it is that they would waive. Typically, if they break it down and there's a national and a state section, then what happens is this. The situation is that you're going to just probably have to take the state portion. So someone else said, concerned about getting leads. Yeah, that's a huge one. And I'm going to tell you, a portion of it is this. A portion of you guys, you struggle with the concern that you might have about getting leads. And also, that's one of the things that I think brokerages forget, that you really have that concern. And here's what I'm going to tell you. I think if you watch my video that I had the other day when I was talking to one of our local brokers, we were talking about all the things that you should be doing as an agent, and how he this is something that he said, and this was really something I kind of want to drive home. He said, you will not succeed in real estate if you don't pick up the phone. And that's a very hard thing to say, but you need to get comfortable with the phones. So there's other ways to get leads, okay? There's other ways to get leads. And I'm going to actually post right now, okay? You'll be able to see it typically on Facebook and YouTube, okay? I'm going to post a link to one group of ladies that I really like referring out. They're called the Go-To Agent Society, and the reason I like them is because they do hands-on coaching with social media content, using Canva and leveraging other things to get you warm leads from your sphere of influence. So basically what happens is this. Something that people always say to me is, one, how do I get leads? And two, how do I get leads without having to cold call? So if you sign up with the Go-To Agent Society, there are two ladies that run it, and they do amazing coaching on how to put out content that's going to generate warm leads to you. So what happens is, and they set up a schedule for you, all that kind of stuff. So they're really doing some fantastic work, and I think that all in all, I think that if you sign up with them and you get a Canva premium account, okay, all in all, that might be like $60 a month. And it's well worth it, because those ladies are super hands-on, and those are getting you the leads that they're teaching you how to fish and how to work your social media accounts. So I would really go to that link that I just put in the chats, so you can see it in Facebook and in YouTube. And they're really fantastic work, fantastic people. Katie and Chase, I work with them really closely, and I like the content that they put out there. They talk to you about branding, all that kind of stuff, and I think that's super important when you first start, especially if you want to get licensed and you want to make sure that you're getting good leads, or you're getting any leads. One of the things you have to do is make sure that your sphere of influence knows that you're the go-to real estate person in your friend group. Basically they have to look to you as that real estate person. So basically what happens is, you want to do that in a way that you're posting that out on your social media without being annoying, without feeling like you're cold calling or you're pushing yourself onto people. So they help you with that. So there's someone that I do highly recommend, and I've been working with them for some time now. So that's a great source of leads. There's other places too that you could go to. I'm going to talk in the future about cold calling, the things that you should be asking yourself when you're cold calling, the things you should be asking your clients, how are you going to communicate with them, and what are some small ways to move the needle forward. And I'll just give you a little hint. It's about just getting comfortable on the phones. It's about getting those sea legs up. So what I try to do is, when I first put an agent out on the phones, I just basically say, hey, could you just answer 2 to 3 questions, for me? I make sure that they could ask that seller those questions and just get comfortable with that. So let's look at some other questions that came in while I was going through that little blurb. One said, how often a day should I study? No more than a good movie. And Titanic was not a good movie. That's basically my line. You should be studying for an hour to an hour and a half. Okay. You should be studying for an hour to an hour and a half, and no more than that. You could break it down throughout the day, all that kind of stuff. Natalie wrote, "Hi. Once you get licensed, what fees do you have when you're getting started? You're opening up a business without having a brick and mortar. So you're going to be in the hundreds, if not at least above $1,000 when you first get started. I mean, you're opening up a business, and that's me giving you the hard truth of it. So it's something that I wouldn't really look at this as a quick, easy, simple thing that you could get into. So that's why I would say the fees vary. Like giving you an exact number. I could tell you for my area where I usually primarily teach out of. Yeah, you're looking, like I said, around that $1,200-$1,300 range. I mean, and I'm being conservative. So, like, if could it be less? Could it be more? Yeah, but you're gonna have to start investing in yourself in some tools that you need, things like that. So, it really depends on what you have. What you're going to have to invest in, and it is an investment. This is an investment in yourself. Someone else said, "I need to pass my exam. Do you recommend private tutoring?" Go to our site. Take a look at what some of the private tutoring is. This is what I will tell you. I've worked with over probably 600-700 people since we started offering it through Prep Agent in June. So I tutor a ton of people. Usually I'm upwards of 100 or more a month. So there's queries. So people keep doing it. People keep coming back. People come back for multiple lessons. So here's what I will tell you. I never push anyone to do anything. Okay. So what I do suggest is this. I suggest that you make a decision for yourself based on seeing one of my private tutoring sessions. And that's why I put them out there so that you could make a decision for yourselves. Hey, do I want to invest in this? If you think it's going to be worth it, I mean, you. And I do cater to each individual person, individually. So some people might need more coaching on how to do reading comprehension tests. Some people might need more work on the actual questions. Some of it might not, it might be math. So it really depends. It depends on you. So like we start out, like, what are you looking to get out of this session? And we go from there. So like, I'm very versatile in how I could teach you. So that is the situation. Okay. So someone else said, "I'm from Georgia. Who would you recommend to sign up to study with? I've studied with Metro Brokers and it wasn't helpful. Any other recommendations?" Yeah. So, I mean, if you haven't signed up for Prep Agent, I'm a member of the Prep Agent team. Okay. So let me give you the link to sign up for Prep Agent. Please use that link that I'm sending out there right now. And what I'll tell you is this, sign up for Prep Agent. I work with Prep Agent. I am part of the Prep Agent team, so I'm a little biased, but I will tell you this. We curate and we really do good quality control. So if you like me, you like the content that I put out there, you like the videos that I do in my teaching style, then something that you should do is definitely check out Prep Agent because I think it's a really great tool, well-rounded, offers you a lot of different things. You have live webinars. You have test questions. You have test questions that you can break down by subject. You have flashcards. You have a vocab worksheet. You have audio clips. There's a lot of stuff. Okay, so that is the situation there. So here's one. Someone else said, "I love Prep Agent." Yeah, I'm so glad that you say that because it's one thing for me to recommend these things, and I actually recommended Go To Agent Society earlier, and I recommended it also in another group. And then someone saw that I recommended it, and they said, "Oh my God, Katie and Chase, who run Go To Agent Society, are absolutely phenomenal," and they said that they're super hands-on, and I know that. But what happens is you see me mentioning these things, and I'm like, and also to keep this in mind, I try to recommend things to you that have a low barrier of entry. So I'm not, selling you on things that are, that that are going to be $1,000 products. I'm offering you things, like I said, that are probably at the 60, like I said, Katie and Chase, I think, are like 40. They're like $50 a month, I think. And then they're no more than like 60. And I think that if you sign up for the year, you get more of a discount. And then Canva's like $12 a month, but well worth it. You really should be doing stuff like that. Someone asked, "What do you think of EXP? They've been trying to recruit me." What I will tell you is this. EXP is a new up-and-coming company. The people that are with them that are happy are happy. Just like when Keller Williams was the hotness. I mean, Keller Williams was something that they've tried recruiting me very heavily. They were the last one that I thought were very similar to EXP. So, what do I think of them? I'll give you my thoughts. Now, I don't say this on the Prep Agent site when I'm on their webinars or anything because I don't want to, because I'm representing Prep Agent. And understand that when I'm representing Prep Agent, I give you guys a certain persona. I give you a certain, there's a certain level of things that, because I don't want to go out there and I don't want to just push a company one over another, and I try not to either on my own Facebook page or anything like that. And I think that what I'll tell you is this, okay? Because again, I don't talk about these things directly in Prep Agent because I just don't think it's the right time or place. But an office hours setting like this, where we're having the cup of coffee, sit down and talk to Stu, I'll entertain a question like that. So the question is, what do I think of EXP? I have trained, taught, mentored some of the best EXP agents. I think there are some out there that are amazing, just like every company. I think that there are amazing real estate agents in every single company. But when you're looking at EXP, you have to think about, is it right for you? So what are your goals? What are your goals? Are you going to be going out there and doing luxury? Okay, if you're doing luxury, is EXP the right thing for you? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But you have to talk about your goals in regards to what you want to see in regards to your results, what your goals are. So if your goals are, I want to do X, and EXP just doesn't offer that, then it's not the right company for you. But if you like what they offer and you like the package, then go with them. But don't go with the company because everyone else is going with the company. I'm not personally with EXP, and it's not because I don't think it's a good company. I don't think it's the new hotness. I mean, I think that there's a lot behind the people that are there are happy. And then there are people on the outside that feel like they're just being recruited by them. Like one of my close friends, David Serpa, he's someone who has a EXP franchise out in California. He and I talk weekly. I think we talk about EXP like 3 times. Like every single time he gets on the phone with me, he doesn't have that like EXP breath. Like, hey, when are you coming to EXP? I just made X amount to my stock account. I just made this and I just made, nope, doesn't say that, doesn't do it. What he does is this, he provides value for me. And we enjoy having conversation. And then what happens is it's funny. He told me one day, he said, what my job is to do is this, is to ask you if you ever want any questions, to open the door and say, hey, if you ever want to talk about it, let's talk. And to show you the value that I bring to you. He said, so one day you're just going to be like, Dave just brings way too much value. I need to be at the brokerage that Dave is at. And that's the right way to approach recruiting, is to really say, hey, what is it that would make you switch? Right? What are your goals? How is what I have going to cater to what you want to do? So that's what I think of EXP in a nutshell. I think there are great agents there. I think that it is an absolutely fantastic company. I think that it gets a bad rap sometimes because of agents and how they recruit out of it. But I will tell you that if you speak to the right people in the right sections of EXP, I think you get a real clear picture of whether it's right or wrong for you. And it might or might not be, depending on what your goals are. So someone said, thank you so much, Prep Agent. I passed the exam on Wednesday. I can't say it out loud. It was totally, and I can say it out loud, it was totally because of you guys. That's awesome. Give yourself a gold star. Congrats. Really love that. And I love hearing that you passed because of Prep Agent, because, again, I work with Prep Agent. I am a big part of the Prep Agent team. This is my own channel. This is my own thing. This is where I do my own little stuff. I'm like, Stu show. So this is where I come to just kind of let my hair down, just be, in a setting where, like I said, this I treat as my office hours. So, yeah, I come on here for a little bit just to talk to you guys. So I love hearing that you had a great experience, and you said it was because of Prep Agent, because that's what I love to hear. Because and here's the thing, in doing what we do, we just want to make it a really solid product, so that, look, number one, we could put food on the table for our families, and number two, we could get you guys onto having a successful career. And that's really what it is. Like we're a means to an end. We totally get that. We know what we are. We're to get you through that exam, and then we're trying to build out things to help you to do the same exact thing to help you through your career. Okay. Someone over on Facebook said you have answered the questions I needed. Thank you so much. I do look forward to working with you. Prep Agent has taught me a lot on YouTube. You guys are great. Thank you so much for saying that. And I look, you know what? Send in those messages like that. I always love hearing the thank you messages. I love hearing the positives, because it helps us. I'll tell you this. We talk once a week, all the folks over at Prep Agent, and we always talk about how much we love working with the students and getting you guys to that next level. And here's the thing, we work really hard on making sure that the content's absolutely fantastic, that you guys have wonderful, wonderful instructors to help you guys out. But really, again, we try to make sure that you understand it in a clear, concise fashion, because I know a lot of real estate instructors out there. This is what I'm going to tell you guys. I know a lot of real estate instructors out there that are amazing instructors, and I know a lot that unfortunately miss the ball. So what I'll tell you is this. We know that you guys need it explained in a lot of different ways sometimes. So that's really what we're here to do. We're here to fill that gap. We're here to be that voice for you guys so that you could get through that test. So how should I study? I'm trying to pass soon. I've taken it twice already. I live in South Carolina. So are you trying to pass the national or the state exam? Okay. So are you taking in South Carolina, are you taking that national, or are you having trouble with the state? Because those are two different things. And here's the thing. Hopefully, it's probably the national portion, if not maybe both. Both tests. Okay, cool. So how should you study? Treat it like you're going to the gym. Okay? Treat it like you're going to the gym. And again, I always tell my students, less is more. Don't study for more than an hour and a half a day. Okay? Don't study for more than an hour and a half a day. Also, don't do just one thing. Don't just go in and do practice exams. Do flashcards one day. Do the vocab worksheet. Listen to a webinar one day. Do mostly YouTube videos one day. Do a whole bunch of different things. It's like here's the thing. It's like going to the gym, and I always use this analogy. I love it. If I said to my personal trainer, I went to the gym yesterday for an hour and a half, 2 hours, he'd be like, "Oh, that's great. What you do?" And I would say to him, "I did bicep curls." He'd go, "Okay, what else did you do?" Then I look at him and I go, No. I just did bicep curls. And he would probably smack his palm to his forehead. And the reason he would do that is because you need to vary it up. You need to do different things, because if you just focus on one thing, you are not going to be well-rounded. You need to do different things. Variety is the spice of life, okay? So you need to really, really focus on doing more than just the one thing. And also, something that you guys probably don't do, look up reading comprehension tests. Look up reading comprehension test taking tips, on YouTube. Because a lot of you guys focus on the material, and really your deficit is more so about not getting the questions right or not understanding what the questions are asking you. So that's the situation there. It's really, you have to start seeing where your deficits might be in your reading comprehension test taking skills. So what I would do is this. I would say, just like I said, pop in reading comprehension test taking tips on YouTube and watch 10 to 20 minutes worth of videos. See what comes up, see what happens there. Let me just grab a sip of water. Yeah, so I would definitely say make sure you're focusing not only just on the material, but also on the test-taking tips as well, like how to slow down a question, how to get the most out of it, how to really thoroughly read the question to understand it. Reading to understand the question is really probably the hardest thing that people don't get. They don't get, oh man, I'm reading this or I'm doing this and I don't understand what the question's asking me. That's like the most common thing that people struggle with. A lot of times when you guys ask me a question, one of the things that I talk about is I'm like, I don't really think that you understood what the question was asking you. Because a lot of people come to me after they take the test and they say, I had this question on the test. Let me tell you what it was. And I was like, are you sure you're understanding it the way that it was asked on the test? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, there's something missing. There's something awry. And I don't know what it is, because whatever it was you didn't comprehend, you are not communicating back to me. So someone said that is what gets me. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of times that happens. So that's why you have to really focus on your reading comprehension test taking tips. That is super key. Here's the thing. If you watch, 30 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day of test taking tips, and there's a lot of YouTube channels out there that post a lot of them, because you have to realize people that are going to school, that are in high school, that have, learning disabilities and problems going on where they can't focus, they can't get things done, or they're having trouble with the reading comprehension. There are videos out there that tailor exactly to them. So I just ordered my course and my book. I'm nervous about studying because of comprehension. I'm looking for study buddies. Yeah, hey, guess what? Go in the Facebook groups and see if you can find a study buddy. I always am willing to try to help pair you up too. If you know a state, or you just say, hey, studying in this state, is there a study buddy out there? Yeah, absolutely. Those are great ways to do it. Even the YouTube comments, if you see someone commenting, oh, I'm studying in Georgia, I'm studying in Jersey, I'm studying in California, see if you can pair up with somebody, because there is a lot of people that are looking to pass the exam in your states. I mean, you're literally talking that every month, probably thousands of people taking the test in your state. So it's just a matter of finding a couple of them that want to, sit down, have a Zoom conversation with you, or maybe once a week chat and, do things like that, so that you could help each other out. But here's what I'll tell you. Don't be nervous about studying, because there's a lot of people out there that are here to help you. So like me, the prep agent team, everyone, there's a ton of resources. So if you stick with me, you stay here in my YouTube channel, in my Facebook groups, we inundate you with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that you're going to get that you won't get elsewhere. I know other real estate exam prep YouTube channels that are not as active as we are. Between the webinars, between the office hours I'm now doing, between the twice monthly webinars I do that are longer format, there are very few places that you're going to find these kinds of resources on a regular daily basis, and also the private tutoring too. So that's, really, really going to help you out. So sometimes I have to read it over and over again. Yeah, make sure you're reading the question over and over again and not just the answers, okay? You don't want to get to a point where you keep reading the answers and the answers and the answers and you forget about reading the question. The question is key. You want to understand what the question is asking you, not necessarily what the answers are, because when you just reread the answers, what you tend to do is create a narrative, or just basically create a scenario for yourselves, and then what happens is it's further from the truth than it actually is. So so I get it when you say, hey, sometimes I have to read it over and over again. Yeah, do that. And also too, someone said, Stu, there are too many realtors. My firm has over 80 in 3 offices. How can they all be making a living and getting listings? They aren't. Probably about, if you have 80 realtors, in over 80 realtors in 3 offices, there's probably about like 10 to 15 of them that are actually making a living. Okay. That's the truth. There's so many people that get into this business. And here's the thing. There's so many people that get into this business that do not have proper mentorship. And that's why I'm creating these channels, these avenues for you guys to get proper coaching, for you guys to hear the proper advice that you need to hear. That's why I'm partnering with someone like Katie and Chase over at the Go-To Agent Society, who are helping drive warm leads to you through using your social media. And here's the thing. They put your social media on autopilot, where you sit there, they're like, here, we're going to tell you exactly what content to post. We're going to tell you how to make the content, and we're going to tell you how to make it, nice and easy, so that you are the go-to person for your friends, family, neighbors, all that kind of stuff, so that you're not missing out on anything there. So that's what I would tell you guys with, with that. It's basically they're not all making business. That's the thing. And you guys have to figure out. And also, too, keep in mind, if they're not all making business, then what happens is a lot of them burnt out in that first year. That first year is probably the hardest. Getting through that first year is the hardest. Set proper goals for yourself, set realistic expectations, and find a brokerage that is going to excuse me, that is going to help you hit your goals. That's the most important thing. Okay. So, let's take a look. Stu, there are too many realtors. Yeah, the 80-20 rule. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing. There's a lot of places that you could go to. And also, I'm going to actually put another link in here that I think you guys should really take a look at. This place is called the All Things Real Estate Store. Okay. All Things Real Estate is absolutely a phenomenal company. They put out their they put out their stuff that is not branded. Okay. So the reason why I tell people, and I always tell new agents, don't get branded stuff. Don't get stuff that says EXP. Don't get the $200 jacket that says EXP embroidered on the on the front chest. Right. Basically, what happens is this: get as much unbranded stuff as you can, because usually most new agents make a mistake when they first sign on with their brokerage, and they make a change usually in the first 6 months or so, because that's the hardest time. And usually they're like, oh man, I really thought that it was going to be like this, and it's totally not. And then all the things you don't want, and you try to find a new brokerage. So that's like super common. And All Things Real Estate Store has non-branded stuff. I'm going to tell you something you should be looking at in that store. Click that link I just sent out. You guys better be going to their buyer journal section. They have a phenomenal product. So click that link. Go to their buyer journal section. They have a product that's called like My Home Adventure. You could literally give this, like, so let's say a family has a like young child, okay, like a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, something like that, where they're not like a toddler, not like a 1-year-old, okay, but something where they could read and write. Basically, it's a way for them to kind of track their journey. And also, the buyer journal is probably one of my favorite products in the entire real estate industry, because it tells them what they should be looking for. It gives them a place to write things down. You put your name, business card, you write a little note in there so they know that it's from you. And also what happens is this. What I will tell you is this. I've purchased so many books. Do I really need them? So it depends on what the books are that you're referring to. The buyer journals I give to my clients. Those are client handouts. So if you plan on working with a buyer, yeah, I would recommend that. I would recommend getting a whole bunch of them. Okay, because again, you are going to be spending money. Like the dirty secret about all this is, here's the thing. I don't sugarcoat it. So I just tell you guys, I'm like, you're going to be spending money. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to say to you, hey, here's smart things to spend money on, right? Here's things that I recommend, people I work with that I think put out good products. Products that have been proven to work. In my 17 years of doing business, I give you products that I'm like, hey, this is a great thing. This is a great thing. So if you're talking about books for real estate exam prep, I don't think there are many books out there that are going to be really that great. I think that Prep Agent is the best investment you can make. I think that the videos that I put out on my YouTube channel, one of the best investments that you could make, as far as just investment in time. That's free. So in my opinion, if you're talking about real estate exam prep, no, there's not many books that I recommend at all. I think that the membership with the ebook is probably the best thing for Prep Agent. I think that's it. I think that you really don't need to purchase any books. But as far as what I'm referring to from the All Things Real Estate, those are buyer journals. Those are handouts. Those are things that I would be getting to hand out to all my buyers. I used to hand them out to every single buyer when I was doing more client-facing stuff rather than the instruction. Okay. What about Keys? They offer training school. I'm not familiar with Keys, so I won't comment. They might be fantastic. Might not be. I don't know. So there are a ton of coaches out there. Listen, it is a pit of never-ending stuff that you could put money into. So, Natalie, I will tell you this. Be cognizant of where you're spending your money, and spend it in places that you're getting these recommendations from people that you trust. So if you're in my group, clearly you understand my messaging, you understand what I do. And here's the thing. One of my philosophies, I put a lot of stuff out there for free. Like, I literally gave you my negotiation chat like the other day, 30 minutes of that. I'm going to constantly be putting stuff out there for free. Look, I'll put ads on it to supplement it. So, like, if you say, "Hey, I can't pay for that," totally fine. I totally get it. Like, I'll put an ad on there. So, if you want to watch it 100 times, you want to share it out with all your friends. Great, fantastic. Like, that's how it works. That's my strong philosophy. Is that I will not get 100% of the people on my YouTube channel to sign up for private lessons, but I'll have enough of them that will continue to watch my videos, that will be able to support me that way. And they allow, and here's the thing. When you do support any of the people that I recommend with the links that I send out to you guys, that is supporting me too, because I get a little piece of whatever it is. And here's the thing, keep in mind, I've only sent you 2 things right now, and mentioned those here because those are people that I actually believe in and products I've used. Like, so I'm not sending you anything that, like, I didn't spend money on. Like, I spent a boatload of money in the All Things Real Estate store for like ages when I was an agent. Like, I spent a lot of money there. So yeah, that's something that I definitely say, be cognizant of where you're spending your money. Okay. How to choose a good area to start to farm. There are areas that I was choosing that have a turnover rate of 15 years. Depends what you're trying to do. What are your goals? What are your goals? If you're farming in an area that has a turnover rate of 15 years and your goals are to sell 1 home a year, that's going to be hard. How many homes are in that area, right? How many homes? I mean, like, do the math. Sit down. You have to have measurable goals, okay? So what happens is the areas to farm have to match your goals. So if you see an area, if you want to sell, 70 homes this year, you got to be hitting things that have a high turnover rate, and it's good that, here's the thing, I will point out something really good about what you just said. The turnover rate. So that's fantastic. There's some agents that just choose an area because they're like, I love the color of the houses. And that doesn't work. That doesn't work all the time. That's not something that's going to make you money, right? That's not something that's going to sit there and you're going to say, that's going to make you money, honey. Okay. So that is a situation there. I would say, if you want to sell 24 homes, you have to figure out how you want to do it, how you want to do it. So if you have a goal of selling 24 homes, okay, then what you need to do is you need to get a plan that's going to put you in that position. Where are you going to get those 24 homes from? Where do you think you're going to leverage your business? Is it going to be 10 from sphere of influence? Then you better get on a bandwagon like Katie and Chase and figure out how you're going to get your social media going if you don't have a plan already. Here's the thing, if you don't have a plan, right? If you have a plan, fantastic. You don't need anyone's help, right? If you do have a plan, you don't need anyone's help. If you don't have a plan, you need to figure out how you're going to get to those best situations. Also, how are you going to be, getting your other business? Where's it going to come from? Like, where is your business going to come from? And how is your broker going to set you up for success? They're going to help you in the areas where you might need more help. Okay? That's the questions you should be asking your brokers, when you're interviewing with them. You should be saying to them, hey, this is my goal. How do you help me get to my goal? Right? How do you help me get to my goal? So Natalie said, thank you for the videos. They've given me hope and confidence. Listen, I love that. Love hearing that. That is an absolutely fantastic thing to hear. We have hope and confidence, okay? We don't want to see you get to a point where you're not confident in yourselves. You don't have, you're getting beaten down. That's why we try to send out really nice positive messages too. And you'll see, I usually try to stay upbeat for you guys because I understand what you're going through. You're going through a lot, So that is the situation there. I definitely always say, you're going through a lot. So, that is the situation there, So I would say definitely make sure that you're trying to, keep yourself positive. I think that's really the best thing that I could tell you guys is keep it positive. So, what's everyone doing this weekend? Getting ready for Christmas, getting ready for the holidays, getting ready for the new year? If you're not celebrating Christmas, getting ready for the new year, listen, and if you haven't started it already, if you passed your exam, get your business plan on paper. Next week, I think I might actually put out a video where I'm going to be talking about business plans. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this. It's almost 45 minutes that we've been on the live stream. We're going to have more live streams coming up. So what I want you guys to do is let me know in the chat, Do you guys like the live streams that we're doing? Do you like the office hours that I'm giving you guys? Or do you want more of these? Do you want to see more of these in the new year? Um, so going to visit family, Stu. Hey, how we doing? Okay, how are we doing? So yeah, go visit family. So yeah, definitely do that. What I'll tell you is this. I'm going to try to do the live streams more often. So, and they're going to be like this, where I'm sitting down for 40, 45 minutes. Think of it as, like I said, I like to think of them, the office hours kind of thing. So hit the bell notification. Also, if you're on my Facebook group, sign up for my Facebook groups, and you will. So the Bitly again, yeah. So let me send you the Bitly for the All Things Real Estate. Let me put that in the chat because they are absolutely probably one of my favorite places to go to. So the Bitly is on the YouTube. What was I going to? My Bitly is going to be on the YouTube. It looks like it went to, but it did not go to the Facebook group. So I will definitely post that again before I leave because I'm actually in a little bit going to go out and look at Christmas lights with my wife and our dog. We're gonna put the dog in the car. The one dog's going in the car because she's tiny and she's like backpack sized. So she's easier to take in the car than the bigger one. And also we can manage her a little easier. So yeah, All Things Real Estate is probably my favorite store in the world. You really could find a lot of stuff there. And again, the reason I like them, a lot of their stuff is non-branded. So if you go to EXP, you go to Weichert, you go to Century 21, you can carry it all over because I hate plugging money into something and then all of a sudden I change my mind for whatever reason, and all of a sudden I go, and all this stuff. Basically, it's like burning money. So I don't like doing that. I don't like burning money when I don't have to. So like I said, I'm probably going to be wrapping up within 5 minutes or so. And because I want to get to the holiday lights. So what I want to tell you is this: we are going to continue doing this. I'm going to probably throw a couple of these on for next week, and we'll probably expect to see a couple live streams maybe just pop up randomly. So keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled in the Facebook group, on my YouTube channel. Again, hit that bell notification so that you know when I go live. Okay. And like I said, I'll probably go for like 40 minutes or so, an hour. It depends on the night, depends on how many people we have watching. And here's the thing. I know not a ton of you are going to be jumping into the chat because it's a slower period of time. So I'm just kind of doing this, like I said, as a show of appreciation. Also, I'm testing the technology out so that I get the kinks out so that in January, hopefully we have more people here. We have double, triple, quadruple, all that kind of one stuff. So someone said, I really enjoyed this. Thank you and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. That was really sweet of you to say that. I hope that you are, like I said, taking the time out to spend with family and loved ones instead of burying your head in textbooks. So, yeah, this is something that I'm going to constantly just kind of do. I want this to just become a part of my YouTube channel that I just randomly go live, flip the switch and say, hey guys, I'm here. What do you have as far as questions? Do you have a couple minutes? Do you want to ask me something? So I might be doing this much more frequently. And that's the whole thing, is that I'm trying to get to a point where I'm also setting up my video camera. So if you notice that right now we have no camera, just had it delivered to the studio, just had it delivered to the office, and we're just kind of working out the kinks, okay? We're working out, hey, how does this work, Because, and here's the thing, too, once we get it all set up and live, so thank you. Happy holidays to you, Mrs. Stu. Yeah, Mrs. Stu is, she's out and about right now. I just got her before I went live. I got her what was I going to say? I got her this thing called a cameo where you can have different celebrities like wish you a Merry Christmas and things like that. So it's something that I got her. She's a big Winnie the Pooh fan, so I got her the guy who does the voice acting from Boo. I got Mrs. Stew a holiday message from Jim Cummings is the guy who does it, and it was an insane price for like 40 seconds of like Merry Christmas from Winnie the Pooh, but it put a smile on her face. So I mean, priceless, right? Got to do those kinds of things. So guys, like I said, I hope that you had a great time with me tonight. I hope that if I do not see you again before the holidays, that you have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. But I will be seeing a lot of you guys soon. So again, I appreciate you coming on. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Okay. So have a great one. And I'm going to talk to all you guys real soon.